A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant ruling today, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit unanimously rejected the Trump administration's request to stay a lower court order for the release of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a Salvadoran man currently imprisoned in a notorious facility in El Salvador. The decision underscores the growing tension between the executive branch's immigration policies and the due process rights guaranteed by the Constitution. The case centers around Abrego Garcia, who was deported to El Salvador after being identified as an alleged member of the MS-13 gang. He was mistakenly sent to one of the country's most dangerous prisons, which has raised serious concerns about his safety and the legitimacy of his detention. The Supreme Court had recently mandated the Trump administration to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return to the United States, a directive that the administration has resisted, claiming it lacks the authority to repatriate individuals from a foreign sovereign state. The Fourth Circuit, led by Judge J. Harvey Wilkinson, emphasized the importance of due process, stating that the government's actions reflect a troubling disregard for the rule of law. Judge Wilkinson articulated that allowing the administration's interpretation of facilitate would lead to a state of lawlessness, undermining the very principles that Americans hold dear. He expressed concern that the government's stance effectively permits the indefinite detention of individuals in foreign prisons without due process. This ruling comes amid broader criticisms of the Trump administration's immigration policies, which have been characterized by a lack of transparency and accountability. Vice President J.D. Vance's recent remarks further illustrated this contempt for due process, suggesting that the administration's approach to immigration and detention is contingent upon various political and resource-related factors rather than a commitment to justice. The implications of this ruling extend beyond Abrego Garcia's case, as it raises questions about the treatment of other undocumented immigrants and the potential for expanding foreign detention practices to U.S. citizens. The Fourth Circuit's decision serves as a reminder of the judiciary's role in upholding constitutional rights, even in the face of executive overreach. Judge Wilkinson concluded his order with a plea for the administration to recognize the significance of the rule of law, urging them to align their actions with the values that define the American ethos. As this case unfolds, it could set a precedent for how the U.S. government handles immigration and detention in the future, potentially averting a constitutional crisis that many experts warn is on the horizon. The court's ruling is a critical moment in the ongoing debate over immigration policy and the balance of power between the branches of government. As the administration grapples with this setback, the broader implications for immigration reform and the protection of individual rights remain to be seen. Legal experts and advocates for immigrant rights are closely monitoring the situation, hopeful that this ruling will pave the way for more humane and just immigration practices moving forward. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.